Hey guys, what's up? First and foremost, I just wanted to wish you guys a happy new year. Happy 2025. You made it. This video is a little different from all of my other videos. I am going to give you a heads up. More than likely, you're going to want to be cleaning or getting something done while listening to this video because this video is more so like a podcast rather than a vlog. Today, I am going over my 2025 goals surrounding van life and this YouTube channel. I do also want to say that if I do sound a little off, it is because I've been really sick the past couple days and I finally was able to work myself up the energy to come out and make a video today. 2025 has already started a little bit rough, but here's the thing. When I was younger, if a year started out rough, I would have said that that year was going to reflect its starting. It was going to be a bad year. It was going to be a rough year. Thankfully, God has done his work in me and I can recognize a rough start for what it is, just a rough start. And thankfully, because God has done his work in me, I know that you don't just get a year without taking it one day at a time. I locked my knee on December 31st. Literally going into the new year, you're not gonna believe how I did this, but I was at Universal Studios watching my husband's Waterworld show. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the stairs at Universal Studios. There is like 5 or 6 set of steep, long stairs at Universal Studios. And I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into 2025 swollen in the legs. I'm gonna be a little bit sore because if you're sore, you know that it's working. So I decided on December 31st, while waiting for one of my husband's shows, I was gonna go up one set of the steep stairs. There was no stretching. I did zero preparation to climb those stairs. I made a last minute decision. I made a choice and I failed to prepare for that choice that I made. So I went up these steep stairs. Halfway through that set of stairs, I was like, why did I do this? But I was stuck. I had to make it. I either had to go all the way back down or I had to finish what I started. So in the middle, I contemplated life and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. Realistically, I should have stopped. I should have stopped and I should have gone down. But I was like, I'm gonna challenge myself. So I went up the stairs. I made it. And the next morning, my knee was locked. And it was a very painful experience. And not to mention, when I was at Universal Studios, the air quality in LA was horrific. My thyroid started to swell. It got swollen. I went into January 1st, 2025, locking my knee, and my thyroid got just swollen. Well, because my thyroid was in bad shape, my immunity was down, and I got really sick. It was the first time I'd gotten sick in 2 years. The last time I got sick was in 2023 in February. That was the last time I got sick. So it's been almost 2 years since I've been sick, and that was the start to my year. On top of being sick, locking my knee, and having a swollen thyroid, I cut my right finger with, God knows how. I don't even know how I cut my finger, but I sliced my right finger. I cut my palm on a piece of a cardboard box. So knee was locked, my right finger was cut, my left palm was sliced, my thyroid was swollen, and I was sick as a dog. That has been the start to my 2025. However, my knee is back in place, feels fine. My right finger is doing much better. My left palm is almost healed. It has stopped hurting, so thankfully I can touch it. And my thyroid, it's getting better. It's definitely a lot less swollen than it was before, and I'm just congested. It's only a couple days into 2025, and I'm doing so much better. Alrighty, enough talk about the start of the year. Let's actually talk about the rest of the year. I have 5 goals that I have for this year surrounding van life and this YouTube channel that I am really excited about. When it comes to goals, I really do hate calling them that because a lot of the times my goals in the past have just been what they've been called, goals. I see goals as a to-do list, a let's get her done list. So that's essentially what I'm going to be talking about today. I have 5 subjects on my to-do list, if you will, and each of those 5 subjects have about 3 bullet points each. My first subject, which is like an overall goal, an overall to-do, has to do with my subscriber count. This year of 2025, my goal is to reach 6,500 subscribers. Within about almost 3 months, we've hit almost 1,000 subscribers. That is incredible. I could not have reached this point without you guys, and I am so grateful to the ones who keep coming back week after week, every Tuesday around 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a new video. Your loyalty to this channel means so much to me, and it's the reason why I have grown the way that I have in the past 3 months. I believe in us. I know we can do it. For those of you who are new, my name is Bree Caliandra. I am a most of the time solo female traveler. The other like 1/4 of the time I travel with my husband, Ben. We travel across the country. Half the time I'm living in a van, and the other half the time I am living in an apartment in LA with my husband and my dog. I am a huge nomad at heart, so I am on the road as often as I possibly can be, but I do also love my husband, so I do like to spend time with him at our home. We are part-time in an apartment and part-time in a van because my husband really enjoys his space, and the work that he does out in LA is he works in the film industry, and he's a stunt performer and a videographer. Thankfully, when it comes to my work, I can take it anywhere. I'm a photographer and a YouTuber. Being local to Los Angeles is really important to him and his work, and he also really enjoys his space, which is why we have compromised and have been able to do part-time van life and part-time apartment living. Now, if it were up to me, 100% in the van. That's why I'm in the van as often as I am. But because I do really enjoy my husband and we are in an extremely healthy relationship, I like spending time with him. That requires staying in our home here and there, you know? Anywho, first subject was subscriber count, and we'd like to hit 6,500 subscribers by the end of 2025. My next subject is destinations. Where do I want to travel to? Where do I want to touch in 2025? Now, let me tell you something. Alaska would be at the absolute top of my list. However, I see Alaska being more of a 2026 destination. I just feel like that's gonna require a little bit more prep, but just know that Alaska would be number one at the top of my destinations. So let's go over it. In 2025, my goal is to hit up these 3 destinations. One being Idaho. Idaho is absolutely gorgeous from pictures that I've seen and what I've been told. It is just an absolutely beautiful state, and it's been on my list of destinations for a long time. All right, just a little bit of backstory. In 2022, at the very end of 2022, my husband and I traveled in our little built-out RAV4. We traveled the whole southern route of the United States, all the way from California to Florida. And in Florida, my husband proposed to me, and it was the coolest trip ever. It was really special because we took our RAV4 that we had at the time, and we took the whole southern route, and it was absolutely incredible. Then in 2023, we took a little break from traveling, except for I did work in Washington that year, so I did travel from California to Washington State to work as a counselor at a summer camp. Then in 2024, right after we got married, we did the southern route again, but we went all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, and back home. And then at the end of last year in 2024, we took the whole Midwestern route to Pennsylvania from California. Everything is from California. We took the whole Midwestern route to Pennsylvania to fulfill a wedding videography and photography job. And then we came all the way back. So this year, our plan is to do the whole northern route of the United States, which also includes Idaho. And my second one is Montana. I've desperately wanted to visit Montana for years. Montana and Idaho are just absolutely gorgeous. I've seen pictures, I've seen vlogs, people have told me from experience, and those 2 places have just been on my bucket list forever. So this year, it is within our to-do list that we are going to visit those states, and it is going to be a whole thing, and you guys are going to come with us when we take that step. But our third destination is somewhere that we've actually already been, but we want to go here because there's a specific festival that takes place every year, and that is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We would love to go to the International Balloon Fiesta, which is this annual festival every year held in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My mom brought up this festival about 10 years ago to the family. And she's like, guys, why don't we go to this? I think it'd be a really cool experience for the family. Fast forward about 10 years later, we have yet to go for one reason or another. Someone's schedule was crazy. Finances were in a tight spot. Life was life. And it's 10 years later, and I am ready to go to this hot air balloon festival. As a third destination, I shouldn't be doing this. This is 6 in sign language. As a third destination, Albuquerque, New Mexico's International Balloon Fiesta would be a super incredible destination to mark off the bucket list this year. So that is my top 3 when it comes to destinations for this year to travel in Astro, our Ford Transit camper van. So that is Idaho, Montana, and Albuquerque, New Mexico for the International Balloon Fiesta. Out of the 5 subjects of goals of 2025, we've talked about our subscriber count and our destinations. Now I want to talk to you guys about the upgrades to Astro that I would absolutely love to get done. Now, when it comes to the upgrades of Astro, I have a very, very little list. Astro is just top tier. She has what we need, and Ben and I are very minimalistic. So as long as she gets the job done, we're happy. So my husband and I purchased Astro at the very end of 2023, right before we got married. Our first real trip with Astro was when we went to Atlanta, Georgia in the beginning of 2024. This trip was so smooth. She ran like a champ. She was comfortable. However, we did have a couple of issues with the water and with our heater. It was winter at the time. Our water just stopped working. It was fine when we purchased her, but then like a month or 2 later, our water had completely stopped. We got that figured out, and someone took care of that for us. But then also our heater was broken, and it actually still is broken to this day. Aside from those 2 little things, that trip was incredible. I will say though that as soon as we made it to Georgia, literally we had just crossed the border into Georgia, a giant rock hits Astro in the lower right-hand corner of our windshield and just leaves this like target, a huge target-shaped crack. It stops at the bottom of the window, and so the crack stopped forming, but it is huge. So although it has yet to be like a do or die situation that we get our windshield replaced, it would just be nice for Astro to get the windshield replaced. It was just a rough welcome gift. I will say it does give her character. I've refrained from really showing that crack on this channel just because there is a sticker over top of it that it gives a lot of our information, and we want to keep a lot of our information off of the internet. Otherwise, I would have showed you the crack and I would have like really shown you the details of the crack, but we like to keep it private just because a sticker with a lot of our information is on it. Just note that there is about a crack this big on our bottom right-hand corner of our windshield, and it's target shaped, and it would just be nice to get Astro a brand new windshield. Another upgrade that would be super cool would be new tires, you know, just tires that can take it a little bit more when we are off-road. And then the last upgrade that we would love to put in Astro, and that we plan on putting in Astro, and it's not really an upgrade, it's more of just like a little addition, is some sticker tiles in our kitchen to give it more life and personality. All right, we've talked subscriber count, we've talked destinations, and we've talked upgrades. I would love to talk about what I want my audience to gain from this channel. I always want someone, after watching a video, to walk away with something, whether that's a good feeling, whether that's education, whether that's feeling like they have a new friend online, because you guys are my friends. Everyone who is a part of this channel is my friend, and I do really appreciate you guys being here. I could not have growth without you. So what do I want people to gain when watching my YouTube channel? There are 3 things, and one that's very important is I want people to get familiar with Jesus. This channel, it's for kingdom work. However God wants to use this channel for his kingdom, God is so good, and he plays such a huge part in my life. Something else that I would absolutely love for my audience to gain from this channel, I want them to walk away inspired to be mindful and intentional on a daily basis. Mindful of what you choose to do, mindful of the people you come in contact with, mindful of your words, mindful of your actions, and intentional. And I would love my audience to walk away feeling inspired to choose to be mindful, to choose to be aware, to choose to be intentional, to choose to be loving. doing, because that is in great association with Jesus. And the third thing I want my audience to walk away with is the knowledge and understanding that you specifically can do hard things, even if it's uncomfortable and scary at first. Because I'm a woman and I travel alone. I do have River, but I am a solo female traveler. And do I have another person with me on the regular, aside from Ben when he comes on trips with me? Negative. It is just me. I have gone to places that before in my life, I would have been like, there's no way. There's no way I could do that by myself. And I have. Because I also know that I'm not alone and that God is with me every single day, every single hour, every single second. So I just want my audience to walk away knowing that even when something is hard and uncomfortable or scary, you can still do it. You can. And I believe that you will. Those are 3 things that are really important to me that my audience walks away with when they watch any single one of my videos. Now I want to talk about what I would like to gain from the experience of this YouTube channel. When I was writing these down, I was really thinking about what is it that I want to gain from putting myself online every single Tuesday, traveling the country in a built-out camper van. I was just sitting there and I was like, okay, what is it that I want to gain? And I came up with these 3 things. One thing that I want to gain from this YouTube channel is I want to experience life in a way that I have yet to. Like when it comes to meeting new faces, learning different cultures, and living a wholesome and fascinating life. This world is nothing without people. I am nothing without people. We are nothing without people. People make the biggest difference to our everyday. They really do. What I want to gain is having experiences with others that transform me, that change me, that create a new perception and perspective in my life on a daily basis. I am so touched when I see people who love other people who put other people before themselves, people who are on a daily mission to serve others. And that kind of ties into my second bullet point under this subject of what do I want from this YouTube channel? What do I want to gain? It ties into the fact that I want growth and transformation. Honestly, whatever that looks like from what's to come, I just want God to use me as a vessel. I want Him to transform me in a way I could have never seen coming. I want to be thrown curveballs, and I want to learn how to fall in love with those curveballs, even though it's different from my everyday life. I want to be challenged and tested to not only adapt, but to be in awe of change and discomfort. That's what I want from this YouTube channel. Because let me tell you something, I have been uncomfortable many times when filming for this YouTube channel. Many times I have been uncomfortable, but I've gotten through all of them. And not only have I gotten through them, those circumstances have made me stronger in a lot of areas of my life. So that is another thing that I want from this YouTube channel. Oh, there's actually 2 more bullet points that I put here. Another one is I want this YouTube channel to teach me to be quick to listen and slow to speak. Sometimes I will get comments in my YouTube comment section that would normally strike someone in a way that has them reacting in a defensive way. I have genuinely learned that literally nothing is personal. Nothing is personal. Everyone is struggling with their own struggles on a daily basis, and because of that, they project negativity that they're feeling within themselves to other people. I know that when someone leaves an unkind comment, I know that they're hurting. How I want to respond is to listen first, try to understand where they're coming from, and respond with love. That's it. Like that's what I want. So yeah, those 3 play a big role when it comes to what I want to gain from this YouTube channel. But the last thing I want to gain from this YouTube channel is, let's end this on a little bit of a funny note. I would love to have YouTube fully fund all of my adventures and fund my wallet so that I could be my husband's sugar mama. Guys, I want to be able to take care of my husband financially. He has just been so incredible to me over the past 5 years. He has been generous. He has been uplifting. He has been encouraging. He has been loving. He has been patient. I want to treat him the way he's treated me. And one way I could see that happening is this YouTube channel becoming successful, you guys hanging out with me for the long run, and getting to the point of growth where YouTube could fund all my adventures and my experiences with my husband. I said we were gonna end this on a funny note, but I do feel like it's a little bit more of a sentimental note. Anywho, I'm gonna close this out. From the bottom of my heart, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video. 2025, 25. We're in 2025. Is this real? You watching this video means that your heart is beating, and that is a blessing. Regardless of what this moment is holding for you, that is the ultimate motivator. It means that you're given another chance to do better than the day before. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do have yet to hit that subscribe button, I really do hope you do. I will see you next Tuesday where we take on another big adventure. Happy 2025. See you next week.